The movie starts with clips showing baking ingredients, desserts, and hands of people preparing them. Shortly after, a red truck drives and parks in front of the bakery. The bakery is named Hometown Bakery and has it boldly written at the entrance of the building. The red truck has the same name inscripted on both sides of the truck. The ambience reveals it is Christmas as Christmas decorations are placed all over the building aesthetically. Aaron gets out of the car. He goes over to open down the front passenger's door. Weird to do as there's no one in the passenger seat. He then casually walks into the bakery. Megan is talking on the phone and makes a stop in front of the car. She drops her luggage and wraps herself with both arms, suggesting she's cold due to the weather. She notices that the truck parked in front of her has the passenger's seat door opened. She proceeds to the car and finds no one in it. Seeing it as an unusual act, she closes the door just in time for Aaron to step out of the bakery carrying many boxes. She states her reasons, which Aaron concurs to, but beckons on her to reopen the door. She tries opening it but meets a resistance, and Aaron tries to maneuver his way to getting the key from his pocket while carrying the boxes. Megan offers to help, but they both end up knocking down the boxes and the pastries litter the ground. She's sorry for the accident, but Aaron laughs it off and remarks how funny he thinks the situation is. Aaron reveals she shouldn't worry too much as he has more pastries inside to pick up. They carefully arrange the boxes and place them in the car. He asks Megan her reason for being out all by herself, and she explains that she has a family around the area that isn't expecting her. Aaron gives her a box so she could present to her family, which she declines at first, but Aaron's insistence sways her decision. Soon after receiving the box and thanking him, a car she acknowledges as her ride pulls over. Aaron helps her put her luggage in the car, with Megan enjoying and smiling at Aaron's gentlemanlike behavior. They wish themselves well and quickly reveal their names to each other. While on this, their countenance brightens. They keep staring at each other as if the meeting shouldn't end. Aaron closes the door and the car softly drives off, then walks majestically back to his truck. The beautiful city is shown aerially with evidence that it's Christmas. Beautiful Christmas designs can be seen with snow clusters everywhere. Megan arrives at her destination. While still outside, Sarah, her sister, is shown inside the house wrapping gifts. She reveals to her little daughter, Erica, who is seated on the couch, that the gifts aren't for her, which she agrees to knowing. Megan proceeds to the door and summons the courage to knock. She blurts out her decision to not turn back this time and rings the doorbell to Sarah's surprise, as it's late. Erica suggests it might be her dad, but Sarah tells her the impossibility of that. She proceeds to get the door and finds Megan. They share a tight hug and she ushers Megan inside. Erica sees Megan and runs to hug her. She's excited to see Megan. Sarah asks about Megan's job and she replies that she retired and didn't quit. Sarah is surprised at the idea of a 33-year-old retiring. Megan explains that the purchase of her advertising agency by another agency influenced her decision. She further explains that the imminent redundancy was the key factor, hence she took their severance package and retired. She also reveals they tried to change her mind, but she chose that path as she was ready for a change. Sarah hopes her early retirement has nothing to do with Bruce, her ex. Megan opposes and states that if it were the case, she'd have retired many months back. Sarah tells her she could stay for as long as she likes, and this excites Erica. Megan replies that she will stay for the holiday only, and expresses the need to go back to figuring her life out. Her phone rings, and she guesses the caller is a recruiter, so she lets it ring out, stating she's with family. Sarah notices the pastries are from Hometown and inquires to know how long she's been around. Ladies are seated and discussing how they each enjoyed the pastries. Erica mentions her likeness for the owner of the bakery, and Sarah mentions Aaron is the owner. Megan and Sarah share their joy spending time again as siblings. Megan yawns and tells them she'll love to get some sleep, so they bid goodnight. Erica offers to get her suitcase and Megan goes to the guest room. While trying to unpack her suitcase, her phone keeps ringing. She still holds the thought it's Darcy the recruiter, picks up, and the scene fades out. It's morning, and Megan meets Sarah in the kitchen, who hands a cup of coffee to her. Megan tells her the call yesterday was from California and likely a job offer. She mentions that the opening is for the head of marketing for a food-based social media company just starting up. They want to interview her. Erica hears this and enters the kitchen, asking if Megan is leaving any moment. Megan pacifies her and tells her she hopes the company waits till after Christmas. She mentions, however, they have a meeting online and she hopes she can use the dining room for her meeting. Sarah agrees and instructs her to do whatever she needs to do. Now in the bakery, Aaron is busy when Ronald comes in, carrying a tray of pastries towards Aaron. Ronald mentions some shortages from last night, to which Aaron agrees. Aaron tells him he had a little accident the previous night that caused the shortages. They make a joke out of it, and Aaron reveals he enjoyed the accident. This interests Ronald. Ronald folds his arm, ready to hear the full story, when Aaron taps him on the shoulder and walks away. Ronald is disappointed. Back in Sarah's apartment, Megan is having an online meeting with Darcy. Darcy talks her through what the hiring company would expect from her. She reminds Megan that the job is centered on cooking and marketing. She tells Megan her CV is very impressive and the company is interested in meeting with her. This excites her, but she expresses her interest for the meeting to happen only after Christmas, as she's with family currently. Darcy advises Megan to make a video of her doing something that relates to cooking. She explains that the company would need something to hold on to before the holiday ends. She promises that another online meeting can be arranged between herself and the company after the video of her is made. The meeting ends with Megan thanking Darcy. Sarah, who has been eavesdropping on Megan's conversation, asks her how the meeting was. Megan reluctantly expresses it was good. She isn't comfortable, however, with the idea of her sending proof that she can cook. Sarah encourages her and gives her the support she needs. She reminds Megan how she'd cook with their grandma some years back and all she needs now is practice. While the two women deliberate on this, Erica walks in holding a tablet, announcing she found a video online with it titled, "Guy from the Bakery." Megan quickly asks if it was Aaron and she confirms. The video shows Aaron talking about a recipe and Sarah suggests she could use that as a model. Sarah adds she could also take classes from him. She is pessimistic about it, but Erica quickly checks online and confirms Aaron is having a final class the next day on a particular recipe. She agrees and they give each other high fives. Aaron and Ronald are done with work for the day. They make their way outside the bakery when Ronald suggests to Aaron he can come spend Christmas with him and his family. Aaron appreciates it and asks if anyone has signed up for the last class. Ronald affirms. They bid each other goodnight and go their separate ways. The next day, Megan walks through the cold and snowy street into the bakery. Trying to ask someone where the classes will take place, she bumps into Aaron, who is excited to see her. Aaron corrects her that it's a baking class and not a cooking class and points her to where the class would hold. While the students are at the baking area, Ronald walks in smiling and cheerful. He sees Megan and welcomes her. While he helps Megan keep her bag, Aaron walks in most cheerful. He introduces Megan to everyone's applause. Aaron jokes with Portia in a way that suggests they might be meeting later that night. Megan notices and makes a face that implies she's surprised. Portia continues to look at Aaron and Megan takes notice of that. A while later, Ronald comes with an apron and hands it over to Megan. As Megan wears it, Aaron goes over to assist her and reveals he's surprised to see her. Megan mentions to Aaron she'd like to have a chat with him over a cup of coffee later that evening. Aaron agrees, but only after confirming the time of his meeting with Portia. This puts Megan a little bit off, and she begins apologizing, but Aaron assures her everything is fine. Before the class begins, Aaron invites the students to a charity event later that week. Portia remarks to Megan how interesting the charity event will be. Aaron kicks off the class and teaches in an amazing way. As the class proceeds, he asks Megan what she does for a living. She mentions that when she had a job, she was into advertising, and expatiates on what the job entails. Portia keeps conversing with Megan, and while the class goes on, she helps Megan out. The students are done with the class and have presented their gingerbread. Megan tastes hers first and finds out it isn't great. Aaron tastes it, giggles, and confirms to her she replaced sugar with salt. Megan feels bad and blurts out her frustrations. Aaron encourages her and hands her a better-tasting cookie that calms her. Later that night, Aaron and Megan step out from the bakery with Aaron appreciating her for waiting behind. Megan tells Aaron she needs to make a video of her cooking but reckons she needs Aaron's skills. She notices Aaron would always correct her anytime she uses the word cooking instead of baking and quickly corrects herself. She praises Aaron's videos to his surprise. Megan confirms she watches his videos, hence why she signed up for the class. Megan reiterates her need to make a video for the company and Aaron offers to help. Megan is home and recaps her experience at the baking class to Sarah. She suggests her misfortune in the class might be a sign, but Sarah quickly brushes it off. She notices Megan is staring at a paused video of Aaron and tells Megan how cute she thinks Aaron is. She goes further to complain of Megan's inability to date after she and Bruce broke up. She confirms she has dated after she and Bruce broke up, but not on a very serious note. She cites the inconveniences that comes with dating and how her job was too demanding as reasons she didn't try anything serious. They both agree Aaron is cute and Sarah goes inside. It's another day, with Megan, Sarah, and Erica walking down the street. Erica asks a question the women struggle to answer. Aaron is pasting bills on a wall just a few steps away from the ladies. Sarah sees him and tells Erica the question would be best answered by Aaron, and they walk up to him. Aaron shows excitement on seeing Megan and reveals he's been thinking of Megan all morning. Megan is surprised, but Aaron confirms it's more about the video she plans to make. Aaron discloses the bill he is pasting is for a charity event he mentioned earlier. He tells her it's a contest, but people can also attend. He mentions that he won the contest the previous year. Aaron thinks this might be the opportunity for Megan and they can both help themselves. Megan's phone rings, she answers it, and is done with the call in a few seconds. She tells Aaron the urgency of making the video, so Aaron uplifts her spirit and tells her everything will be fine. Back at Sarah's apartment, Megan complains to Sarah about the series of events that have occurred. She tells Sarah her fears and how she has to learn cooking just because of the new job she's applying for. She feels she might be scamming them. Sarah, on the other hand, feels that is not the case as she's only doing what needs to be done. Megan notifies her that Aaron has agreed to direct the video but states that he also can't direct the cooking too. Sarah offers to give her some recipes, and Erica suggests meals for Megan while they laugh. There are a series of shots with Megan and Erica rehearsing how to go about the video in an exciting way. Sarah comes in with some cookies, places it on the table, and Erica eats from it. The next day, Megan is at the bakery and hands over a flyer to Aaron. It excites Aaron and he acknowledges the flyer would look good for the event coming up. Megan suggests they should add more Christmas displays in the bakery that could potentially draw in customers. Aaron agrees to this and they both get to putting Megan's idea to work. They begin by putting up some lights. While on it, they both hold onto a light, and in that moment, their hearts connect, and they look at each other in a way that suggests they might have feelings for themselves. They proceed to hang the lights. Aaron reveals at the end of the day he'd prepare a recipe for Megan's video. Megan thanks him for the gesture. Megan is home and standing in front of a mirror, while she checks herself out wearing a dress. Sarah comes in and notices it, when Megan quickly explains. She tells Sarah that Aaron is simply making her dinner and just helping out. She mentions Aaron is likely in a relationship, but Sarah debunks that, telling her she's never heard of Aaron having a girlfriend. Megan sighs and praises Aaron for being genuine. Megan is at the bakery for dinner with Aaron. She enters and meets a finely adorned setting. She's intrigued and mentions her feelings to Aaron, who acts like the gentleman he is and gets Megan's coat off her. He offers a glass of wine and they toast. Now dining, they talk about themselves. Aaron mentions that he learnt cooking and baking in France but chose baking. Megan offers to clear her plate when Aaron disagrees and clears both their plates, stating she's his guest. Aaron mentions to Megan's delight that there's dessert but further mentions they'll be making it together. He opines that Megan needs to get familiar with the kitchen in preparation for her video and new job. He leads her to the baking area. Aaron starts by mentioning what they'd be making. Sarah jokingly cautions him not to make it sound like he's on camera as it's just the both of them. Aaron laughs and claims he's only getting used to it. Before they begin, Aaron reveals the markings on the jars of salt and sugar to Megan so as to avoid her previous error. Aaron guides her through as they bake, and they make the process a cheerful one. They laugh, goof, and joke through the session with both of them constantly looking at themselves affectionately. They regret not filming the process, and shortly after, the oven makes a signal and they get the bread out of it. Megan does the finishing and she suggests Aaron takes the first bite. Aaron does and rushes to hoard the remaining bread, which implies the bread is sweet. Megan gets a hold of the bread and takes a bite. She enjoys it, and they shower encomium on the bread. They catch themselves getting lost as they stare at each other, and Megan quickly asks Aaron about the bakery's Christmas tree. Aaron reveals the night's fun is the most he's had in a long while. Megan feels the same way too. Aaron offers another session the next day, but this time there'd be a camera and he won't be guiding her through. They thank each other for the time spent. Megan is home and meets Sarah. She reveals in excitement how her evening went and mentions her plans to record herself cooking the next day. She offers Sarah a part of the bread she made, and Sarah is excited for her. Sarah notices Megan talks about the evening a certain way and blurts out her thoughts. She thinks Megan likes Aaron, but Megan evades Sarah's assertion and deviates. She asks Sarah to help her in getting a Christmas tree the next day. It's morning, with Megan and Sarah finding it hard moving the Christmas tree into the bakery. Ronald meets them and acknowledges their presence. He takes over for them and lifts the tree to the place Megan already suggested. Aaron comes in and Megan suggests more cookies as decorations for the tree, and they all concur. Aaron thanks Megan for the creativity and states that she has just birthed a new Christmas tradition in the bakery. Her phone rings and she excuses herself to take the call. It's Darcy, and she tells Megan to stall the making of the video as the hiring company has another frontrunner. Megan is frustrated but expresses her wish to get the job. Darcy tells her to be hopeful, then Megan goes in and discloses the news. Aaron thinks she could still go ahead with the video, but she declines. She thanks Aaron for his help so far and the two women proceed to the door. While at the door, Megan turns around and stares at Aaron while he waves at her. Megan and Sarah are back at the house, cooking and reminiscing on the events that happened recently when the doorbell rings. Aaron, Portia, and Frank, who is Portia's fiancé, are at the door. They sing a Christmas song as soon as Megan opens the door. Megan is surprised to hear that Portia has a fiancé and is relieved to know that Aaron only meets with Portia because they sing as a group. He invites Megan to join, but she declines, stating she doesn't have a great voice. The group turn back to leave when Megan invites Aaron for lunch the next day, which he accepts. He tells Megan the charity likes her flyer design and is willing to pay her for it. She declines to receive any pay as it's charity. Megan is at the hometown bakery for her lunch with Aaron. Ronald beckons on them to check out the websites they've been working on. Megan checks and complains that there's still more work to be done on the website. Aaron thinks all that isn't necessary and Megan tries to persuade him. This puts Aaron off and he excuses himself. Megan inquires from Ronald if she said something she shouldn't have said. Ronald assures her she didn't say anything to put him off but discloses Aaron's stance to keep the business simple. She feels sorry and leaves. Now at Sarah's apartment, Aaron goes to Megan and apologizes to her. Aaron explains to her how he dislikes the feeling of being pushed to expand his business and make more money. This stuns Megan, but Aaron goes on to explain. He explains that his ex-fiancée and himself met at baking school and tried to own a bakery and restaurant jointly. The ex had big plans as opposed to his modest plans, and this made them incompatible, so they broke up. The money they saved for their joint venture was shared, and he used his part in starting Hometown Bakery when he returned home. He asks Megan to take a walk with him while they discuss her job. They take a walk in the park filled with Christmas trees and lights, while they talk about different pastries befitting for Christmas. Aaron seeks Megan's help for her upcoming charity event and further states he enjoys Megan's company a lot, and this delights Megan. While they get back, Megan is wowed by Aaron's ability to mention ingredients by either smelling or tasting at one time. She decides to test Aaron and asks him to come inside while she carries out her test. Megan and Aaron enter the house with Aaron guessing the smell from the kitchen. They enter the kitchen and Sarah mentions she's preparing stew as Erica requested. He asks to be blindfolded while he tastes the meals, so Megan obliges and blindfolds him. Megan serves him stew and Aaron begins tasting and naming every ingredient used, with Sarah confirming all of them. This amazes the ladies, and Megan agrees to help Aaron at the contest. Megan and Aaron are together when Megan expresses her hopes about the opportunity the startup company could offer. She, however, says it with a little disbelief, so Aaron encourages and praises her. She mentions her love for the song playing in the background, and Aaron asks her to a dance in a romantic way. While dancing, Aaron attempts to kiss Megan when the light goes off. The music stops, interrupting the kiss, and Sarah comes out to state where the fault is from. Aaron goes on to rectify it. Aaron while fixing the electricity, and Megan is seen bandaging his injured hand. Aaron expresses concerns he won't be able to bake in the contest the next day. Megan wonders if someone can bake in his stead while he instructs, but that wouldn't work as Aaron reveals. Megan presses further and states the part of the terms that allows participants to have assistants. Aaron has an idea. He suggests Megan does the contest while he assists her. Megan gives reasons why she might not excel, but Aaron motivates her and presses till she accepts. It's the day the bake-off event for charity is happening. All contestants and their assistants take their spot at the baking area. Megan and Aaron take their spot too, with Aaron assisting. Megan is jittery. The crowd cheers them on as the announcements are made. The anchor announces all contestants will be making a Christmas fruitcake, and Megan reminds Aaron he was right guessing they'd be making a fruitcake in the bake-off. As the timer starts, Megan forgets how to begin but quickly recalls and goes ahead to start the process with Aaron assisting perfectly. Erica, who's watching, expresses to Sarah her astonishment upon seeing Megan use a whisk. Megan gets lost again and mutters how she feels. Aaron reminds her anything she does would be fine as they need originality for the contest. Sarah notices she's lost and whispers to the hearing of Megan. Megan quickly remembers she made Christmas cakes with her grandma and decides to use her grandma's recipe. She recalls the ingredients frantically and Aaron calms her down. Then they go search for the ingredients on the shelf. While the baking continues, Aaron reveals it's time for Megan's little interview where she talks about her cake and the process. The cameraman comes and Megan starts her speech. The anchor asks relevant questions and she answers brilliantly. She excuses herself and puts the cake in the oven. She recalls what her grandma makes her do when baking. Eventually, time runs out and it's time to reveal what they've prepared. The anchor tastes each contestant's cake, but only after a presentation by each contestant. Minutes later, he comes on the podium and announces Megan as the winner of the contest. She's handed a trophy and receives a hug from Aaron, Sarah, and Erica. Sarah is interested in the cake and Aaron tells her she is at liberty to taste from it. She offers Megan and Aaron dinner at her place. Aaron goes off to sort something out while Megan glances at him in an adoring manner. Aaron is seen receiving a flash drive and thanking the anchor of the charity event for a favor. Megan and Sarah are walking when Sarah offers to give her a dress for the dinner she proposed. Aaron comes out of his truck fully dressed in a coat and a red tie, carrying a flower and a present. Sarah gets the door and ushers him in. He hands over the flowers to Sarah and tells her the present be placed under the Christmas tree. Erica comes in and confirms her suspicions when she collects the present and notices Megan's name on it. Immediately, Aaron asks for Megan's whereabouts. She walks gracefully down the stairs wearing a red dress. Her charm captures Aaron's full attention and his face beams with a bright smile. He compliments Megan and Megan does the same. They laugh and head over to the dining table. While having dinner, Aaron praises Erica for being a sweet little girl. They further discuss a lot from their childhood and their shared Christmas tradition. Megan is grateful to be sharing Christmas with her loved ones and her new friend. They all share how grateful they are and the time they get to spend with themselves. They decide to go meet Erica in the family room. While Sarah and Megan proceed to go inside, Aaron begs to use Megan's laptop to send a mail to Ronald. Megan brings the laptop, hands it over to Aaron and joins Sarah. Aaron inserts the flash drive he received from the anchor of the charity event and mutters the name of the startup company Megan had applied for. The scene fades to Megan escorting Aaron to the door. They bid each other goodnight but are noticeably fighting the urge to hug. Aaron leaves and Megan goes back inside. Back at Hometown Bakery, Aaron removes the bandage from his hand. Ronald asks him how he feels and reminds him that Megan would eventually leave. Aaron reveals he wants Megan to be happy and he's sure what he has done is the right thing. It's a day before Christmas Eve and Megan is on a video call with Darcy. Darcy tells her the board is pleased with the video of her cooking and winning the charity contest. She's confused and seeks clarification, but Darcy is only concerned about sharing the good news with her. Darcy mentions she was sent the copy of the video from a certain Aaron. Megan smiles at the situation and Darcy reveals she'll receive an offer very soon from the company. Megan goes over to the bakery to share the news with Aaron but wonders why Aaron would do something that would make her leave. Aaron asks her to take a walk with him. While walking, Aaron states his intentions behind submitting the video. He feels Megan deserves it. He likens the circumstance to his ex who has big dreams too. Megan refutes and claims she isn't like his ex and tells Aaron to ask her to stay. Aaron does so in a way that suggests he wouldn't want her to second-guess decisions that would help her. Megan feels it's very hard and falls into Aaron's arms, hugging him and crying. Aaron encourages her and wishes her well. He warmly releases himself from the hug and goes back to the bakery. Back in the house, Sarah compliments Aaron's stance. She asks for Megan's plans, who reveals she'll look at the offer first. Sarah sees Aaron's present under the Christmas tree and hands it to Megan. Opening the present reveals a handwritten cookbook that Aaron designed for Megan. This wows Megan and Sarah. The handbook has a little note attached to it. The note is a heartfelt appreciation from Aaron to Megan. Erica walks in, showing them a video Aaron posted of himself making Megan's grandma's Christmas cake. Megan gets an idea. She tells Erica to send her the link of all Aaron's videos and tells Sarah she's off to making a counteroffer. Megan makes a video call with Darcy and they agree on the terms of the offer from the company. She relates that the company is excited she already hit the ground running but mentions the company still wishes to meet her. She accepts and runs off. She's at the bakery and Aaron's truck is parked outside with the passenger's door open yet again. She closes it and waits for Aaron to come out. Aaron comes out and implies Megan has come for a farewell meeting. Megan takes Aaron to the side and pleads that he stops making nighttime deliveries, instead hiring someone else to do that. Aaron reveals he doesn't deliver to anyone as he just takes the leftover cookies to the food bank. Megan reveals she sent his videos to the startup company, and they love him. She further states she loves him too and says she isn't going anywhere, as the company is willing to allow her to work remotely and produce Aaron's videos for them. The offer states that the company would use Aaron's video for the website's premiere. Aaron loves the idea of working with Megan and implies he'll accept the deal. They finally share their first kiss while holding hands.